brand new that you've done from Aran Craft, but is actually quite attached to tradition of sweater making in Ireland. This is the merino wool open front cardigan with scallop trim, yes. But as we take a closer look at the beautiful cabling and the colors, look at the, as I quoted yesterday, the confetti of color that comes through. That's called NEP. And Barry's going to talk to us all about what that means and how it's done. But something that's really exciting, really beautiful, this sort of like potpourri of color that kind of comes to life on the background of the color that you choose. Remember, Aran Craft brings us more colors than anywhere else. This is a big deal that expires at the end of the day tomorrow, but it's the only order of the year, saving you over $25 off of what it should be, and coming home for an easy pay of $28. It's A670665. Here come your colors, starting with slate blue NEP. Then we have it in charcoal NEP. This is your army green NEP. Burgundy NEP, wow, gorgeous. And then this is a color that is very rare to see, but it's here and it's been very popular. It's called cherry red, and only 200 remain. It's extra, extra small through extra, extra large. This is really a reinvention of heritage.
It really is, and I think the beautiful thing about these NEPs is that, as you described them as a confetti of color, I think that's a great way, and I'm going to actually go steal that line.
It's all yours. You take it.
It's just this. Well, it's actually in the sweater I'm wearing as well. You can see the NEPs as well. It was done in such a traditional way that in the past this used to be done by literally throwing these NEPs into the spinning process while the yarn was being spun. But I can just show you here how
I love this process. This is a really cool representation of how this is done.
So for the color that you're wearing there, you can see you've got these lovely little kind of like cinnamon and yellow little flecks in it. This is how that's done. So these two here, you can feel how soft those are.
This is merino wool.
This is merino wool.
Oh,
so this is the army green, has two colors of green, and it has these two. These are spun into the fiber, but before that, we comb in this wool carrier with all of these NEPs, all of these, see these colored particles.
So this is wool also?
That's wool as well. And so that carries all of these NEPs in. And during the process, a certain amount of them fall out, and you can see that that's why they're distributed kind of almost kind of like as if it was a confetti cannon was fired at it. And really what that does, it adds an extra layer, an organic feel, a kind of, everyone's going to be unique. No one's going to have the exact same NEP in the exact same place. And really, it makes something look so authentically Irish. And I really love the way it actually comes out in something like this, like the slate blue. It really just takes it to a different level. Like when you've got this kind of like these beautiful colors, like these are the charcoal and the slate particularly, I think these are colors that you could be wearing into the office. These are the ones that you wear with the white shirt. These are the things that you can make a little bit dressy, and just having these beautiful kind of autumnal tones. And certain ones, we want these to kind of to match these two tonally. Whereas with the army, say the army and the burgundy, you want these to pop out. You want these to kind of like really stand out. So depending on your tone, if you want to get something that's a little bit kind of more demure, these are the two that you go for. If you want to get your ones that are a little bit more kind of like a pop of color, like the cherry NEP, as you said, and often we would say the cherry would usually be a Christmas or a holiday related color, but I think with this in it, this is a year-round red that can be worn.
Let me put it on for you real quick, because I wore it yesterday right off the rack, and it just screamed fall. Is what it did. It was the perfect fall color. Now, I am twinning with you all the time today. All the time. But you know what? That's fine by me. I'm also shopping with you. You know, as much as I am a QVC host, I'm a QVC shopper as well. And so I, get the opportunity to try things on.
It goes so well with your hair color as well.
Does it go well?
It's really good.
And I'm paired it with jeans, a brown mock neck, whereas we're looking at it with a khaki pant and a white t-shirt. And that cherry red is just so unique. It gives you, I made a vow 2024 that I was going to incorporate more color into my daily wardrobe. And I've done a pretty good job, because I'm the queen of like browns and blacks and grays. But this is an easy way. Nothing wrong with that. But this is an easy way to get the craftsmanship, get the tradition, but get some fun pops of color. And when I was talking with the buyers yesterday, right before our show, they're like, and the cherry red, it's very rare, and it's outperforming everything. Like they're like, we didn't think it would be. Of course,
the other side of it is if the kind of the darker colors are in your palette, but you can still get a pop of color. Like if you want to get the charcoal or say, there still is a pop of color in by the use of the NEPs, by adding these flecks of this confetti of color.
You look great.
So even if this is your palette, you can still get that little pop of color. I think it's best to see it on the back of these sweaters. You can really see where those colors are just standing out.
And you use different neps and different colorways,
yes,
right?
so with the charcoal and slate, we wanted to take in some of the more browns. We want to take, there's a couple of blues.
It's kind of like a butterscotchy color in there, and there's like a light sky blue.
And then when we went into, say, the burgundy and the army, we want to get these kind of these cinnamon, orange, yellow pops. And then in the red, we've actually got some black neps in it, and this really is almost every color net that we have between the other two. Everything went with the cherry when we experimented with it.
I like how the blue really comes to life.
Yeah.
On each colorway, a different nep color seems to be the star.
Yes.
Somehow it just
That's
sort of works that
true.
way, which is really just a cool way. It's very unique. It's just something very new that you've done for us.
Yeah, and this is our launch of this new nep range this week with QVC.
Okay.
We've done maybe a handful of neps over the years, but not with QVC, and never with these colors for ourselves even. So as we always say, even if you could find a style at Aran Craft's Iron Island, that you would not find the color range that we do for QVC.
I'd love to talk about the scalloped edging, because that's something that's unique also.
So my grandmother's sister Maggie was renowned as she did crocheting, and she did a lot of lace work and things like that. So this is kind of a nod to her, really. So she would have always worked with creating these beautiful lace patterns, and this is really kind of like, it's a little element of nature. It's supposed to represent like a leaf. So when you were a kid, you go out and you pull the leaves off, and you kind of like the little spines, you would clear the leaves.
Yeah.
And that's really what that's what this evokes the memory of. But also by putting it on the hem like this, you get this kind of waviness. So it means now something isn't going to come in and cling onto your waist immediately. It's going to have a little bit of movement. It's going to have a little bit of lightness.
It makes it a little airy, is what I was thinking, because it is that nod to crochet, giving it that airy feel. And then the cabling. What are the cables that we're looking at today?
Sure. So the first one that we see here on here, of course, is the classic fisherman's cable. This is the cable that cable knit sweaters are actually named after. So this is the thing that looks like the rope that the fishermen would use to draw in their nets to maybe raise their sails, and it's one of the most recognizable ones in Aran knitwear. And then if you come over here, this is a diamond stitch. So the diamond, of course, always it's an indication of wealth and prosperity. Of course, it's a girl's best friend, and we have this going the whole way down here. But just one thing, I say, we always try to use our stitches to do a kind of a structural element on the sweater as well. So you can see on the sweater here, this isn't a dead straight line. This comes down here. As soon as it comes down towards the empire line, where there's a bit more wool going in, it curves in like this and then goes down. And what that means is if that was a dead straight line, it would go straight down, and it would just kind of dangle here.
Right.
That's actually causing it to cut in just below the bust line, and it actually causes it to come down and hang in the correct position when it gets down below.
So it's not like flapping open. It's not closing on itself.
It's not splaying like this as well.
Exactly. Yeah. It just sort of stays where it's supposed to stay.
Yeah.
Just like it could, maybe depending on the size, gently kiss, but it just gives you a little
We designed
really nice
it just to just be almost kissing, but of course, with an open front style like this, feel free to do a size up, and then something that you can just kind of wrap across like that as well.
Oh, that feels good. Let me take you through colors, shall we?
Sure.
All right, so we have it in, I covered my card. Thank you, slate blue. And 650 remain. Here's your charcoal nep, 650 there. There's your army green, 450. On fire is the cherry nep, 6 dozen, and then it's gone.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I popped it on in the burgundy.
That's great.
And we have 400 remaining in the burgundy. Some of you are buying more than one. It's a great gift-giving opportunity.
Especially
it really
at this price.
At this price, $25 off of what it should be. And all the detail, all the craftsmanship, and something that is new from Aran Craft to us. It's a $28 easy pay. The length is going to range from 26 to 29.5 inches, and it's the only order of the year. So if you're in love with the cherry color, then it sells out. You are out of luck for the rest of 2024. Who knows when or if it's coming back, but knowing that they love the cherry red so much, I expect next year we'll be seeing some more of this color.
We'll be seeing a lot of cherry next year.
Thanks to you.
But that's a whole year away, and that's only a maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so this is a price that expires at the end of the day tomorrow. We were very nice and gave you an extra day to shop the Rose of Tralee celebration, because you guys aren't on tomorrow, are you?
No.
Do you go back tonight?
Be flying tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, yeah.
Oh, so you're here for a whole other day.
We'll be here till 10 p.m. tonight.
Oh, yeah, you can't fly out tonight.
Let's put on a special flight for us.
Yeah, see what you call a guy. Call the head honcho. A $28 easy pay for something that's new and fresh. And I also want to say that because a lot of us have been collecting Aran Craft sweaters for years, decades at that. And this is something that you haven't seen before. This is something that really expands your collections to new horizons.
It really is. Like even though we said that every single style is a unique combination of stitches, but this is something that's new on top of that. This adding these neps, this which if you're from Ireland, like they might seem that new because we just never did it with QVC before, and I think that on the back of this, I can see this is something that we're going to be adding a little pop of freshness to any style.
Right.
There's no reason why anything can't come in these beautiful colours.
Does it take extra long to get that nep woven in?
It does, because from time to time you find that actually.
Say that again.
Oh yeah, sure. Not because there's a certain amount of hit and miss nature of how you get these neps integrated into the actual sweater. Sometimes if you find that not enough neps have come in, you just start from scratch again. But in that case, you actually kind of have to ditch the wool, unfortunately, or find something else to do with it. But from it is a little bit of an insight into really the background of how this yarn is created. This in its purest form, this is just all this has been done. It has been combed and it has been dyed and it has been washed, and it is like a little cloud.
It really is. It's super, super soft. So this plus this made this, which made this.
Which made that. Exactly. Exactly.
Which made this right here in front of you. That's incredible. That is time consuming. That is something that you can't do on your own at home. So let me take you through colors one last time here, because I can't believe our 2 hours are up. I'm so sad. Here we have it in the slate blue nep. Here's your charcoal nep. Here is your army green nep. Here is your cherry red nep, and 3 dozen now remain. And then I popped it on. I'm gonna have to give it back, sadly.
Yeah.
And he's like, yep. And the burgundy nep. It's a $28 easy pay for something new and fresh. And that's our 2 hours.
Oh, God, flew by.
All right, I know it did, right? Now I know you're gonna be back at 4 p.m. on Jane Tracy. That'll be a nice, big, fun show. I will be watching, but I'll be watching from home, because I'll be home by that point. I just love seeing you guys so much.
Such a pleasure to see you.
Thank you for everything. I got you guys 2 days in a row. I got 3 hours with these peeps.
We're spoiled.
It's just my dream come true, and I just have the best time. Thank you all for joining me. I will be back on Saturday in the kitchen on QVC2, 11 to 3. But stay tuned, because Fall Favorites is coming up next with Rachel Bosing. Oh, hi, Rachel. And another look at our today's special value, which is on fire. I'll see you on Saturday.